Barb Kaufmann joins us today. She is a diabetes educator from Gundersen Health System, and she's here today to talk to us about living with diabetes and also its prevention. So thanks so much for joining us. First of all, this topic came up again so much because actor Tom Hanks was recently diagnosed with it. And you talk about the fact that he's in his 50s, and some people don't think that it would take you that long to either develop it or find out you have it. So what are some misconceptions about when you could develop diabetes?
Well, Tom Hanks was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which a lot of people recognize as what we used to call adult onset diabetes. And so most generally people are at higher risk for developing that after age 45, although younger and younger people are being diagnosed with type 2, but traditionally and most generally after age 45 your risk really does increase.
When it comes to type 2 diabetes, are there lots of things you can do lifestyle-wise to really prevent it?
Well, you know, there are some risk factors that we can't do a lot about in the age, which I mentioned. Family history plays into that, certainly. Race and ethnicity can play into that. But things that we can do something about are lifestyles. Higher weight for height is a risk factor. So doing something if you're higher weight for height to get some weight off. And really just a modest weight loss for many people can help to improve their blood sugar control. So increasing activity possibly, looking at your eating habits. So those lifestyle things are really big in reducing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes, even if you have those other risk factors that you can't always impact.
And just very quickly, give us an idea of some of the things you might notice symptom-wise if all of a sudden you're starting to develop diabetes.
Okay. The tricky thing about diabetes is many people have no symptoms at all, or the symptoms can be hard to recognize. Common symptoms that people may have, maybe increased thirst and urination, possibly fatigue, wounds that don't heal, very common things, possibly vision changes. But again, many people have no symptoms at all, or the symptoms are hard to pick out and
for an
identify.
Individual.
Yeah.
Well, Barb, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing that with us too. And stay with us. We'll be back right after this to wrap things up.